I want to show you a few VS Code shortcuts that I found recently. You already know the code, the shortcut for the boilerplate code. Just type exclamation point and enter or tab. But there are other ones that you can do inside your code. If you want a div, you don't have to use the greater than, less than symbols. You can just type div. Press tab and it gives you a div. If you want to add a class to the div, just type a period and then the name of your class. So let's say this will be container. Press tab, gives you a div of class container. If you want to add a second class, div class container with a secondary class of container 1, you just add another dot and then name of the class. Press tab and it gives you multiple classes. If you want to dynamically number your classes, so let's say this will, I want 5 divisions, container, use the $sign and then multiply it by, let's say I want 6. It gave me 6 divs and it numbered them dynamically because wherever there's a $sign in the formula, it just interpolates and increments. You can do children, so division with a child element of paragraph. You use the greater than symbol. Press tab. Now you have a div with a child of paragraph. This comes in really handy when you want to do UL with a child element of LI, and then I can multiply the LIs. I want a UL with 6 LIs. You can get specific about what you multiply. I want 3 ULs, each of them having 6 LIs. And it'll break it out for you. In one of our assignments, we had to show that we could create all the heading elements. So you could of course just do H1, press tab, H2, press tab, but there's a easier way. You could do $sign, you could use that interpolation, $sign times 6. And it just numbers it and increments it by 1, just like it did with the previous example. You can add content, so I want heading elements, and I want to put content inside of there. This is a heading times 6. And over here it renders it just as it should with an H1 through H6 set of headings. But you can put $sign inside the content as well. This is a $sign heading, close the braces, multiply the whole thing by 6, tab, this is an H1 heading, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can change every occurrence of a word in your code. So let's use the heading example, H1, open braces, this is an H heading, close braces, times 6. Let's say I want to change all the this words. You just highlight one of them, hold down Command and press F2, and then change it to that. It changes all the occurrences of this to that. This is an H1 heading element, period. You can also move lines of code up and down really easily. Let's say I want to move the H1 to the bottom. I highlight that line and on a Mac hold down Option and move it down or up with the arrow keys. You can move it really easily. So these are just a few shortcuts that I found helpful in VS Code, and I hope they're helpful to you. They do save on keystrokes and they reduce errors because you're automating essentially a lot of the generation of code. You generate code automatically by means of the shortcut.